Okay, so we're like basically a week into April, and I haven't read anything yet. I mean, I have, like, audiobooks, but I haven't physically read anything in a couple weeks, and that's just crazy. So let's pick out an April TBR. Okay, I'm just gonna screen record our spinner wheel here. And normally, if I was doing this before the month had started or at the very beginning of the month, I'd probably pick 10. But because we're like a week into the month, we're going to pick 8. And the intention is to read like half of them. So 4. If I read more, awesome. If not, well, whatever, you know? We love making lists and then ignoring them. So let's get our prompts here. As you can see from my wheel, some of these wedges are weighted a little more heavily, and that's because they're like a priority. We want to hit them. So we're going to pick out 8 books for this TBR. Again, intending to read like half. Basically, it's just to give myself a little stack to mood read from to like lower down my options a little bit because I can be a little indecisive, and if there's just a stack to pick from instead of like looking all around my shelves and just being overwhelmed and not knowing what to pick, I'll just have a little stack here. Anyways, let's get to the spins. Spin number 1. Let's see. A book with a one-word title. Alrighty. Spin number 2. We're gonna get the prompts and then I'm gonna go look for some books and then we'll talk about what I've picked afterwards. All right, so our second prompt. Ooh, we've got a Kindle Unlimited pick. Nice, nice. We love to see it. I mean, if I'm paying for Kindle Unlimited every month, I should be using it. So, you know. Prompt number 3. It looks like we have Kindle Unlimited again. All right, cool. My Kindle will get a little bit of a workout, or, I'll just have options on the Kindle, which is totally fine and awesome. All right, prompt number 4, we have boats, boats, boats. I love a swashbuckling seafaring adventure. Give me pirates any day, and I am happy about it. That was prompt number 4. So prompt number 5, I believe. Prompt number 5. Boom! We have the Broken Binding. So this is like a special edition. I have their fantasy subscription every month and sci-fi subscription every 2 months. So I have some options there as well as other special editions. Similarly to Kindle Unlimited, special editions cost more than regular books. So I want to make sure I'm reading them, which, I mean, I do read them, but a little extra incentive. So we've done the first 5 prompts and we've hit 2 of our weighted wedges in the sense that we have a special edition and a couple Kindle Unlimited picks, but we didn't hit the 25 and 25 wedge. So I said we were going to pick 8. We can spin 2 more times and it'll be like best kind. If we hit 25 and 25 in those 2 spins, then we'll do the 8th spin. If we don't, we'll stop at 7, and then 25 and 25 will just automatically get that last spot. So prompt number 6 is a romance. Cool, cool. Break up some of our longer fantasy with something a little maybe light, or we could go dark romance. Who knows? Who knows? We'll see. And prompt number 7 is something with a long title, so 5+ words. Cool. And because we didn't hit 25 and 25, we'll just automatically put that in the 8th spot. All right? Cool. So we're going to run through our prompts here, and then I'm going to pick out some books. All right, so we have first up something with a one-word title. We have 2 Kindle Unlimited picks. Then we have Boats, Boats, Boats. Then we have a Broken Binding edition, romance. Okay, and then we have for our 7th prompt something with a long title. We're talking 5+ words here. And finally, a 25 and 25. Okay, before I go putter around and actually pick out some books, we've got a couple of things here that just get picked for me. So our 25 and 25 pick, even though we didn't actually hit it, it fills the 8th spot. We just have another wheel here, so let's see what we get. Shadow and Bone. Okay, so as you can see here, it says Six of Crows, Shadow and Bone. I really, really want to read the Six of Crows duology, but I had been advised to read Shadow and Bone first. Some other people say you don't have to read it, but that's fine. I'm not like mad about it. I'm actually pretty excited. I really don't know much about this at all, but we will see. All right, and the other ones that just get picked for me are the Kindle Unlimited picks. So we've got this crazy wheel. It has, I don't know, probably like 80 books on it or something. And we hit this prompt twice. So we're going to spin it twice. We're going to get 2 books, and I'm going to read them on my Kindle. Or, well, hopefully one of them anyway. Okay, first up we have Of Blood and Fire by Ryan Cahill. I believe this is the first in the, I want to say the Bound and the Broken? I think that's what it's called. All I really know is this is epic fantasy and it's very well loved, and I've been curious about it for a while, so I am excited to have this one come up. Though I do know that the later books in the series are very zonky, like long. So starting the series is a little intimidating, but also very, very interesting and intriguing. So that's cool. That's cool. Next up we have Oh my god. No. You can't be serious. You can't. Oh my god. Okay, so all right. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Haunting Adeline. So this is the first book in the Cat and Mouse duology by H.D. Carlton. Um, this is a book that I would say that I have FOMO about. Like, the people who love this book, or duology, absolutely love it. Like, they go feral about it. They absolutely eat it up. However, this is like a dark stalker romance, and I'm kind of hit or miss on the dark romance. You know, for the most part, I could take it or leave it. But I read one by this author before. The shark one. What's it called? Does it hurt? Yeah, I didn't like it. I didn't like that one at all. So it makes me even more apprehensive. But I guess we'll see. I mean, I've been curious. I've done been curious for a while. So yeah, all right. I'm gonna pick out some books, and then I'll come back and we'll talk about them. We'll talk about them and see what my April reading could be. All right, guys, I picked out some books, so let's go through them real quick. All right. So for the first prompt, we got a one-word title, and for that, I picked Renegades by Marissa Meyer. This is the first book in a trilogy. We have superheroes. It's YA, but basically the Renegades are the people with like superpowers, but we're actually following a main character who's got like a grudge against some of the Renegades, but I'm pretty sure she has a love interest who is a renegade. I don't know, but I'm super looking forward to it. For my birthday, which was just last month, some of my bookish friends on Instagram gave me like an Amazon gift card, and this was what I got with it. So it's a pretty new addition to my TBR, and it was like a birthday gift from some of my friends, so I wanted to get to it, and I had been eyeing it for a while, so I'm actually pretty excited to put this on the TBR for April. Okay, for our next prompt, we hit the Kindle Unlimited like to-do list. And so we spun the Kindle Unlimited wheel, and first up we got Of Blood and Fire by Ryan Cahill. This is the first in the Bound and the Broken series. I know that the books tend to get like longer and longer the further you go in the series, but it's my understanding that they get longer and longer because you add more point of view characters, but I don't know. I don't know. I haven't read it, but I've heard it's very, very good. It's adult epic fantasy, and I know there's like dragons and some kind of war setting, so, you know, I'm expecting massive battle scenes, which I really enjoy. So that should be fun. And then our third prompt was yet again the Kindle Unlimited wheel, which wild to get it back to back, but you know what? We're here for it. I like reading on my Kindle, and having Kindle Unlimited, I like to add some Kindle Unlimited reads like every month to make sure I'm making use of the subscription, you know? So we spun the wheel again, and this one, see, the thing about the Kindle Unlimited wheel is it holds a lot of unhinged things, and we landed on an unhinged one for this one. This is a book that I have like serious FOMO about, but I also have a strong suspicion that I'm not gonna like it, and that's Haunting Adeline by H.D. Carlton. Listen, I read one H.D. Carlton book before, and it was also a dark romance. I read Does It Hurt? That's the like shark one. I didn't like it. I didn't. It wasn't even that I hated the writing because I was interested in like how they were gonna get off that island and the whole island story. But in terms of the like romance, not for me. I didn't like the girl, I didn't like the guy, Enzo. I didn't like them together as a couple. It wasn't my vibe. So I'm a little skeptical about this one, but this one is a like stalker romance. Our main girlie Adeline, our stalker man, I think his name is Zaid Meadows, and I don't know, I don't know. The people who love this duet, the cat and mouse duet, they love it with their whole heart, and I wanna know if maybe I love it too. I just want to know about this book. I don't know. I like riding the hype train, and while like the hype on this one's kind of died off, but when everybody was talking about it, I was curious. So, you know what? It's on the list. Maybe we'll read it, maybe we won't. We'll see. But I'm a little skeptical on this one. Okay, our fourth prompt was boats, boats, boats. I really enjoy stories about pirates, swashbuckling seafaring adventures, all that kind of stuff. It's just a total vibe. So for this one, I was strongly considering Grave Empire, mostly out of kind of like recency bias. I got it not that long ago, and the book is absolutely gorgeous. And the edges, like the sprayed edge, is just giving boats. Like, I'm sorry, boats. Like, you can see it kind of poking up here behind what my actual pick was, and that's A Pirate's Life for Tea. This is the second book in, oh god, what's the series called? I don't know. I don't remember the series name right now, but the first book was You Can't Spell Treason Without Tea, and I read it last summer, and I enjoyed it. It's like a cozy fantasy, which I've had kind of hit or miss experience with cozy fantasy, because while low stakes can be fun and cute or whatever, I also want something to happen. You know what I mean? Like, the stakes could be low, but they still have to exist. And I will say with the first one, Can't Spell Treason Without Tea, they were there, all right? And like it was cozy, it was cute, it was fun, and I really liked it. So I've been really looking forward to the next one, but I kept putting it off and I hadn't picked it up yet. But the third one, See You at the Altar, just showed up. Like I just got the third one, so with a prompt like boats, 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 A Pirate's Life for Tea was an obvious choice. In the first book, basically, we have it's like a royal guard, bodyguard kind of situation, runs away with a mage, but she's like the top, most, bestest mage in the land. It's sapphic. They run off together to like a small town where they just want to open a bookshop, tea shop kind of thing. And they do, but there's also, some little interdynamics, political intrigue kind of thing in the small town. And then there were also dragons. So where we left off from the last book going into A Pirate's Life for Tea is that we're going on a little bit of a quest, a little dragon egg quest, and there are pirates. Like, literally we ended knowing that we have to go hop on a ship for our little quest adventure. So I'm pumped for this. This is so fun. So for prompt number 4, we have A Pirate's Life for Tea by Rebecca Thorne for boats, boats, boats. Prompt number 5, we landed on The Broken Binding. So that's any special edition from The Broken Binding. And this one, Honestly, this one was kind of an easy pick. I picked Empire of Silence by Christopher Ruocchio. It's the first book in the Sun Eater series. I only own the first three, and I know there are like six out, and the seventh and I believe final book is supposed to come out this year. So I've kind of been putting it off because I only have the first three. But so many people have been talking about how amazing the series is and like really loving it. So I kind of want to find out what all the hype's about here. It's an epic space opera, so we follow our main dude, Hadrian Marlowe, and all I really understand about this is that Hadrian Marlowe was like, he was a guy who was in the wrong place at the wrong time, or I think the blurb said the wrong planet at the right time. He destroys the sun, it's Sun Eater series. I'm thinking this is the sun that got eaten or destroyed or whatever. He blows up a sun and destroys like an enemy alien race. So some people think of him as a hero. However, this also killed a whole bunch of people. So people also consider him a monster. And this is like his story. And beyond that, that's really all I know. But I'm super interested. And there's a book club over on Fable that's reading it this month. This book's also on my 25 and 25, so it just seemed like a really perfect time to like fit it into the month. So when I saw the Broken Binding prompt come up, it was kind of like an auto pick, you know what I mean? It was like an easy decision, done. Although, to be fair, that Boats pick, that was also a Broken Binding edition. So, we fit a few little special editions here and there wherever we can, you know what I mean? Okay, our next prompt was a romance. And because we had spun up Haunting Adeline on the Kindle Unlimited wheel, I guess I just had like dark romance on the brain already. But where I have a like sinking suspicion that I'm not really gonna love that one, I thought maybe we could put on a dark romance that I feel like I might actually like, and that's Gothikana by Runyx. I've never read anything by Runyx before, so I have no idea what the writing is like. But I considered this one for the one word title prompt and passed up, so I guess it was still also kind of in my mind from that too. I don't know a lot about it, but the cover is gorgeous. We've got like a little purple sprayed edge going on the paperback. Cute, but it's giving like gothic vibes. I know that like the girl goes to this elite university, elite college, whatever kind of situation, and people are going missing. There's also a romance that develops between her and like a professor, so you have like a teacher student kind of taboo, but something in the blurb gave me the impression that there could be something like up with this professor. Like, maybe he's not exactly human. I mean, if he was a vampire, that would be amazing because I love vampires. All right, I love stories about vampires, but it also kind of alluded that maybe he's responsible for the people that are going missing. You know what I mean? Like there could be something there. So I don't know. It's like gothic, dark academia romance vibes, and I want to read it. I want to read it. And this was one that I bought on my birthday book shopping trip. So, like, it wasn't a gift, but on my birthday, I like to go to the bookstore, and this was one of my picks. So, you know. Okay, our seventh prompt for April was a book with a long title. We're talking 5+ words. And for this one, I decided to go with a book that I got for Christmas, and that's The Husky and His White Cat, Shizun, by Ruocchio, which I probably just butchered that name, so I apologize. I don't know much about this book, and that's actually how it was gifted to me for Christmas. We had been in the bookstore, like, not that long before, like, thinking holiday season, and I pointed to it and I basically was like, I've almost bought this book so many times. And they were just like, what's it about? And I'm like, I have no idea, but look at the cover, it's gorgeous. I keep almost getting it, like just based off the vibes. So they read the back of it and they were like, I'm gonna get it. And I was like, oh, cool, like whatever. And then they gave it to me with my Christmas gift. So, like, that was awesome. And I've had it, since Christmas and haven't picked it up yet. But it's been like just there on my shelf, just being there with its long title. It seemed like a perfect excuse to pick it up. So I don't know a lot about it. obviously that was how I got it, but since getting it for Christmas, I have read the blurb, obviously. And what I remember is I'm pretty sure there's like a boy love kind of angle, but similar to Gothikana, we've got like a teacher student or like a mentor student kind of situation, I'm pretty sure. But okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. This guy like passes and is reincarnated, but reincarnated as his younger self. So is it reincarnation? Is it time travel? I'm not sure exactly what level of speculative this is, but we're just gonna roll with it. Anyways, reincarnated as their younger self, but they get the chance to do things differently. And then, they start having feelings for the person that they previously hated the most in the world or something. I don't know. I don't know. The cover's gorgeous, and yeah, it's on the list for April. And finally, our eighth prompt. We didn't actually spin it up on the wheel, but it has to fit in, so we stopped at 7, and the automatically selected eighth prompt is the 25 and 25. So we spun the 25 and 25 wheel to get a random pick for it, and what came up was Six of Crows, which means Shadow and Bone. All right, because I had been advised to read Shadow and Bone before Six of Crows. I know a lot of people say you don't have to, but I own it and I want to. Look, I haven't watched the show, all right? I don't know anything about it. I don't know about the Grishaverse, but it is well loved. YA. I know Six of Crows has a heist, and I was kind of hoping that maybe we'd have those same kind of vibes in Shadow and Bone, but upon having a little quick glance at the back of the book, it seems like we're in a magical military school or magical military setting going into like a war. And that's really all I know. And that's really all I need to know. Honestly, like magical YA military, sure, why not? And if I love the books, maybe I'll watch the show. You know what I mean? I know people were pretty disappointed when it got canceled, which means that people were really enjoying it when it was on the go. So we'll see. But yeah, those are the 8 books that are on my April TBR. Those are the things that I'm hoping to get read this month. And considering that we're already like a week into the month, I should probably go and start reading some of these books if I want to have a hope of reading like half of them. Because this is my physical TBR. I have been listening to audiobooks. I always will be listening to audiobooks. I tend to read 8 to 10 books a month, so I figure if I read like 4 or 5 of these physically plus my audiobooks, like that sets me up perfectly. You know what I mean? But anyways, I really should go start reading some of these books. So if you like the video, be sure to like the video, drop a comment down below, tell me some of the things you're planning to read, or if you've read any of these books and really enjoy them, or if you hated them, or whatever. Just drop a comment, let me know, and subscribe for more bookish content in the future. I'd love to have you. Bye-bye!